Hey guys, welcome to the BTS Podcast here, where we answer your questions. If you send in a requestion, we call it a requestion.
Bloody oath.
Nice little play on words there.
Absolutely. Clever.
Yes, if not though, these traditionally are very interesting, hopefully provocative, sometimes very funny questions that we have to answer within 15 minutes. That's the deal.
But there's no rules. Honestly, we will answer any question that you send in. That's the new rule we've actually made.
Yeah, you've got to take the first question.
So I'm...
Before we take the question, did you want to hear yesterday's animal sex sound?
Oh, we might have to do that at the end, I think.
I think it rolls on.
Yeah.
I think it rolls on.
We'll hear it.
I think.
We'll have another crack at the end of the podcast. 100%.
Okay. Nice.
But
for those people that are sticking around for that,
yes, yesterday
you will get the answer today.
Yeah, 100%. Yesterday we heard Woody started a new game. We have to guess the animal via the mating sound effect.
Yes.
Or the sound that it makes while it's mating.
And yes. So
we'll do that at the end.
Nice. Okay, here's the question. What is the one thing you think most people have and never appreciate enough? Wow, deep one. Here we go. Deep one. That's from Mia. Thanks so much for the question, Mia. The one thing you think most people have and
A question.
never appreciate enough.
Oh, that's good.
The one people
Oh my God.
that people think
The
they
one
think.
the one thing
Yeah.
you think most people have
Yes.
and never appreciate enough.
Wow.
So the thing that we effectively take for granted, I think, is another way of saying that.
Yes. But it's also what most people have, because there's lots of people that don't have money.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
No,
So
definitely,
I think she's saying like
Is it a riddle? 'Cause
nearly
I've got the answer.
everyone has this thing, but they don't take it for take it for granted.
I don't think this is a riddle.
If it was a riddle, what do you think the answer is?
Time.
Yeah, nice, cute.
One thing that
Yeah.
most people have, we all have time.
Exactly.
What?
What?
Only most people have it. Everyone has time.
Oh, I see what you mean. Everyone
So-
has it, but everyone takes it for granted. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is just genuinely asking what's something that most of us have got and we take it completely for granted.
Air fryer.
Air fryer. Very good, Tom. Very, very
I
good.
certainly appreciate an air fryer. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Can I say Tupperware? Like, is that?
Yeah, I think Tupperware's a great example.
Because I reckon I
We
was
just focus on
thinking
the-
about my Tupperware today because I couldn't find the Tupperware that I put my carrots in these days.
Mhm.
And I was looking for another receptacle
Mhm.
and I was like, what the bloody hell were people doing if they weren't putting their shit in a Tupperware? Like you just, I'm sorry, but you're buying lunch at work.
My
You're
dad,
buying lunch at work.
My dad used to wrap it in aluminium foil.
Oh, that's right.
It
That was
was-
the thing. My
which was-
dad used to put it in foil.
But it
yeah,
was
and it was squashed.
It was awful. It didn't work well, but that was what they were doing before Tupperware. And
Yep.
if you don't have Tupperware, that's what you're doing.
I reckon
But you're-
Tupperware is pretty good, and it's just got a lot better recently.
And
Like,
they'd
it's
wrap it in in the olden days, they'd wrap it in like linen or beeswax or something.
Oh,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ,
Or
Tom,
you'd
how old
kind
are
of-
we getting here, mate?
You'd probably just...
old.
You're
you know-
wrapping your f***ing lunch in beeswax?
Well,
you
people are. You're like a
you? Winnie
beeswax.
the Pooh? Like, my God.
People would,
a beeswaxed linen.
You'd carry a lunchbox.
Beeswaxed linen, blow me down.
You'd carry a lunchbox.
What's
That's
that?
What you'd carry a lunchbox.
Well, you can
That's
still
what people
carry your Tupperware.
No, I get that, but like Tupperware survives better in a bag now. Like people used to carry these little. Have you ever seen like a old school construction site? Everyone had their lunchbox.
And that's their tools.
Could be their tools. Could be their tools.
No. I think it is their lunchbox. I'm being facetious. I think it is their lunchbox. I think you're
And
right.
you used to carry it with a
Might be
little, like a
couple of tools-
suitcase.
There might be a couple of tools in there.
Oh,
I
tools,
think even
tools
if-
and your lunch.
Even
Lunch
I was
and
going to
tools.
say, even if it was a toolbox, they've got a bloody sandwich in there, Woods.
check your
Because where
saying.
else are they going to put it? Because they haven't got a Tupperware.
Exactly right.
So Tupperware's up there for me.
Tupperware. Is there another household item that you don't think people?
Toothbrush.
I tend to
A
think
lot
that
of people
there's
have a toothbrush, and I don't think people take it for granted. In fact, I think it's a pain in the ass. But if you look, if we talk about the hottest figures in history,
hottest figures.
weird thing to say.
What are you
But
talking
I
about?
often think about this.
What are you talking about?
I like a lot of history. I like a lot of historical dramas.
Yeah.
I read a lot of history. History is a very favourite topic of mine.
And when you're saying hottest figures, like you're saying in a looks perspective,
Yes.
or yeah. So the hottest people in history.
Yes.
This is a good topic. Who are we
Catherine of
talking?
Aragon, Joan of Arc, Cleopatra, you name it.
Joan of Arc. Did you say
I
Joan
said
of
that.
Arc?
So,
We're both very keen on Joan of Arc. obviously.
you got keen on her
Joan-
recently.
Joan of Arc
you
is a
came
great
in
story.
here and you were like, mate, Joan of Arc. And I was like, mate, don't don't come down. I didn't come down in the last arc. Anyway,
But I just can't believe that if anyone in history, and you'll be able to, I'm sure you'll agree with me here,
Yeah.
if anyone in history did anything particularly good, and Joan of Arc is an example of this, eventually, if you do so well, it's heresy because it's like, you're in God areas, gone. Did you like?
where have you taken me here? I'm trying to talk about toothbrushes. What
Yeah.
are you talking about?
I think it's fascinating that you look at anyone in history,
Yeah.
and if they get particularly good at what they do, if
Yeah.
their skills are so, whether
Then
it's
they're a
in,
witch or they're a demon or something. 100%.
but it's so repetitive. I feel.
Yeah,
I listened
it does
to
stop at a
couple
point.
A couple of history podcasts as well. If you
Well
don't
done,
mind.
mate.
And like, honestly, I guess the punchline. I'm always like, let me guess. They start thinking they're a god.
They're
or-
demonic. Yeah.
and they're like, gotta end them.
Yeah. It's not necessarily they become a god or a demon, though.
But people
I think
think
it's-
they are.
Well, yes and no, but I think it's also, even if they don't turn them into a god or a demon, so example, if you consider the French Revolution, consider the leader of the Jacobin within the French Revolution, he started this thing, his cult about himself, effectively.
Yeah,
Maximilian Robespierre, he was just like, you know
Too
what,
powerful.
don't worry about Christianity, let's get around the cult of humanity, effectively.
too powerful.
It just gets to a point where they're like, you know what,
Drink the bathwater a bit.
exactly. So they're like, we're better to kill them. Ritualistic sacrifice. Interesting argument
Mm.
in and around. If you ritualistic sacrifice humans, then everybody chills out.
Scapegoat.
Exactly, Woods. James
Um,
Heard. Anyway, if I can take you back to toothbrushes. If I can take you back to toothbrushes.
It's a very topical one today, but I won't say it.
Thank you. So, toothbrushes, a lot of the time I think about really hot people in history, particularly if I'm reading history,
Uh-huh.
and they paint somebody out to be a particularly attractive woman.
Uh-huh.
I get that.
Yeah.
And then I go, yeah, look, I get it. Queen Elizabeth sounds like she was, right up my alley. Very clever,
One or
very
two?
powerful.
One or two?
One.
Yeah.
Very powerful, very clever. But then I remember she's Elizabethan and she probably had little charcoal nubs for teeth.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't think these days that people take their I think they take their toothbrush for granted.
George Washington famously had wooden teeth.
There you go.
As well. Like, imagine going oh, hello, George, like President of the United States. Like, if you don't mind, how are you, George? And then he opens his mouth.
Yeah.
Wood. Like, it would be like,
Wooden chompers.
damn, how would he even eat? It's like,
Chew. I think it's still chew.
oh, I still chew.
I think, but he'd have stuff tucked. He would have stuff stuck in his teeth all the time because he wouldn't feel it.
He wouldn't
So
feel
you
it.
have to be like, George,
But imagine you get a splinter when
you
you're
got a
trying
bit
to
of fish in there.
you're trying to mac out with him. You get a little splinter on your tongue.
Oh,
It's
if
a
you
shocking
made out
thing
with
to-
George
like
Washington.
a it'd be like a wooden furriness. Okay, yeah, toothbrush, good
Oh.
example. Good example. I'm trying to think of things that I've taken for granted. I'm trying to take it that way.
Yeah.
Like it's saying from your actual like it's hard to make it is a little bit difficult to make the assumption of what most people have. That is a bit vague for me, and I'm not 100% sure, how do I define what most people have, but I can speak for myself on what I have had and what I've definitely taken for granted. And
Toilet.
I've probably taken the toilet for granted. I'm trying to think now, like, whenever I've been away from my creature comforts, what I really, really missed. And, like, I don't reckon I've, like, really appreciated for a long time, like, a roof.
Yeah.
Like, it's night, it's dark, and you just get so well. For me personally, I've always had a roof over my head. Very lucky in that regard, but I didn't view it as lucky. I was just like, oh, this is just the way. And then you go, whether you go camping or whatever, and it's like, this is, oh my god.
For anyone that, I mean, if you want to get down to bare bones,
Yeah.
for anyone that if you ever spend any time in the wilderness for a significant amount of time, it becomes very obvious very quickly the things that you miss.
yeah,
Hot water
yeah,
is ridiculous. Like the fact that you get to turn on a tap
yeah,
and warm yourself with water
yeah,
is just water coming out of a tap
yeah,
is luxury.
totally.
That is elite.
yeah.
Like that's like unadulterated, free of illness, free of anything, and just be like, I can bathe in this. It's unbelievable. Shelter, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I said this to you in the radio show actually, because you were talking about you went to go and get a pizza, and you were like, I had to go down to the shop
Mm-hmm.
to get the pizza,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, why would you do that? And you were hell bent on the pizzas, and you've got a peculiar set of dietaries which you needed to specify in front of the proprietor,
And when
which is fine.
And when I called, they were engaged.
Yes.
My
So you had to go down to the shop.
Yeah.
But I was like, how can you do that when you literally have the entire world's cuisine at your fingertips? Like that that for granted is, which we all do, by the way. Now, wind it back 10 years. You'd be like, what 5 takeaway shops are near me that I kind of feel like. Now it's like, I feel like Lebanese food.
Totally.
Deliver it to my door. I feel like that's the advent of that has been ridiculous.
Yeah. Supermarkets.
It's almost, and the fact that we get spoiled for choice on that front. You can even take that further and say, with watching things.
Oh, yeah.
You know that you've
able
got
to
too
watch
much of something when you get to the point where you have, what do you call it? Decision fatigue. People get tired over Sunday night, you've had a big weekend, sit down, you go, I'm too lazy to think about choosing the food because I've got too many options and choosing what to watch because I've got too many options. That's ridiculous.
Totally. Okay, another one here, and I can speak from experience here. I think everyone takes for granted the viscosity of the liquid inside their ears. I'll go on. There is a liquid inside all of our ears which gives us all of our balance. It lets the brain know when things are steady, right?
Yeah.
If that is off ever so slightly, you either feel like you're drunk or you're on a ship constantly. Vertigo.
Yeah.
I've had it. You don't, for something so insignificant, it's everything.
Balance is everything. We are getting very, very primal here, but 100%. Consciousness. Let's be honest. It is. We all take it for granted. There's no doubt about it. Nobody's thinking about it.
Do you remember your friend called me? Your friend called you
me.
and was like, "Hey mate, is everything okay with
Woody recently?" Yeah.
Because he saw me. I didn't actually notice it was him because my head was sideways because I didn't have my balance. But I tried to get out of the house when I had vertigo, and I was walking with 2 shopping bags and I couldn't walk straight, and I was like going like diagonally down the street.
He said like it was a beautiful day, but it looked like you were walking into a side wind.
Oh my God.
And he thought I was drunk. It was 10 in the morning. And he was like, he's drunk. It's Wednesday morning. Something's wrong.
100%. Jeez, this is a great topic. I feel like question. It is. The final one I want to say, and this is a little bit serious, but I think appropriate.
And we will hear an animal sex noise after this.
100%.
Oh, that's nice. That ended on a high. Yeah, nice.
And maybe not everyone has this, and that's maybe the tragedy of it, but is safety.
Yeah. Oh,
and what happened in Sydney over the previous weekend, this literally dawned on me today because Sam had to go to Northland Shopping Centre with Max. And she said to me, she was like, "Do you think I can go to Northland? Or should I go to Northland?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course." And then I was like, "That's a weird question. Why?" And she was like, "Well, I'm taking Max." And I was like, "Oh my God, that's insane." Like, obviously having a child, your sense of safety definitely peaks a little bit more and you get a little bit more paranoid. But, we sort of came to the decision that she should go also because that's what those sorts of people, terrorists want, is for you to react that way. But I just found it really interesting that we had to consider whether or not just, hypothetically kind of in a very diluted fashion, she should go to Northland. But imagine living in a world, and a lot of people do, where going home doesn't feel safe.
I know you're
stepping outside the front door, like just that, and feeling that not feeling safe is really scary. So,
I know your mum was there and my dad was there recently as well in Papua New Guinea, and you cannot walk down the street. Dad couldn't believe it. He got there and the first thing he wanted to do was just go for a wander.
Yeah,
and the hotel said, absolutely not.
Yeah,
it's not even like it's not a risk, sir.
You will get attacked. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, you get an armored escort there.
Everywhere you go.
Yeah, and you're right. Like because Mum works with Interpass there, and they deal with because men are legally allowed to carry a machete there, a hunting knife, and so that she deals with a lot of injuries that basically women get. It's abuse within, and they exactly as I was saying before. She said the scariest thing is that they're relieved to be in the hospital because they're not safe at home. So like if I've been injured now, the great news is I can be here. It's not there, which is wild. Anyway, I think safety is probably a pretty big one.
Oh, one more.
There we go.
I feel like once you get going, memory.
Oh yeah, geez, yours are so.
When you have sound memory,
yours are really, 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 really basic. I love it. I love your thinking on such a basic level.
You don't.
Because once that's
when's the last time you thought to yourself, Oh, I'm glad
I'm glad,
I
yeah.
remembered yesterday. I'm glad I remember what I did this morning. You
Mm.
don't until the moment when you don't. Or
Yeah.
you start struggling with it. Oh,
Yeah.
affects
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. And I know you've got a history of, dementia or Alzheimer's in your family, and you've watched a lot of that.
Yeah.
Because when that does unravel, it's all over.
it just
It's really
affects
hard to be around, isn't it?
everything. Absolutely.
Yeah, and hard to be around. Imagine how hard it is for them.
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
There's actually there is an extraordinary movie, Anthony Hopkins.
The father.
Oh, the father.
That is such an eye-opener of what it would
That's a
be like to
cracker.
be losing your
What a
memory.
great
Yeah.
That is an extraordinary film.
Yeah.
Olivia
really good.
Colman.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Did that win Best Picture, The Father, or was it
Should have.
or was it just nominated?
No, it did.
It did win.
I think he won the. No, I think he won the Academy Award. I don't know if he won Best Picture.
Mm.
Worth checking out.
Oh, great movie.
Movies.
Oh, well.
I mean,
you've
come
done
on. Once we get started.
Hey.
Or just Anthony Hopkins. How often do you say to yourself, gee,
I'm
I'm
great.
glad he's in the world? Alrighty. Wow, great, Mia. Massive thank you to Mia. That was a great question. That was a really,
wonderful question. Must be
really,
said.
really good. Keep them coming. So again,
Wonderful question.
Can be serious, can be deep, can be incredibly silly, just whatever. Can be very personal to Will and I as well. Like, just go for it.
Where do you send them?
You direct message us on Instagram. That's the best way to reach us.
Do not email us.
Don't email.
We are working actually broadly on a website which will be up, and you
Whoa.
hopefully will be able to
Yes.
put them on the website
Whoa.
in
Absolutely.
due course.
In due course. Look
Yeah.
out. Just
Don't look out
Just
now.
keep
It'll
going.
be a while off,
willandwoody.com every day. Click in there. Oh, not there. Not there. But it'll be there one day.
All right, shall we figure out which animal's fucking?
I think it's a camel. I thought about it. Oh, I was so sure it was. I had a dream about that. That was great. I was so sure it was a camel.
It's the high pitch which is throwing me off. It's a bird. Is it a bird of some sort? Is it a bird of some sort?
But it's the high pitch, but then that pig. It's a pig.
Oh, pig. Is it a pig?
No.
Oh, it's because you've got the depth with the high.
Yeah, I know,
That's
it's
why
really
it's
rattly.
so.
Is it a llama? Is it a llama? Is it a farm animal?
No.
Oh.
Is it a hippo?
No.
Remember, it's heterosexual sex, boys. There's a male and a female.
No, we
involved
understand
in
that.
this.
We
Okay.
do understand that. No, but
I wasn't sure.
but I feel like you're the only one in this who might need, you and Turncoat Tom, the only ones who have an alternative to that. When I hear sex, I think heterosex. LJ, that's how my mind works.
You sicko.
Is there?
I'm a
is there-
heteronormative
is
bastard.
is
I'm a
there-
heteronormative
is there-
bastard.
Is there queer sex in the animal kingdom?
Yes,
Yes.
there is. There
Brilliant.
is.
I-
There's
Watch the
evidence
Ricky
of it.
Gervais
Lots
special
of it.
animals.
Brilliant.
Oh, well,
So, very, very common.
shall we hear this noise one
okay,
more
sorry,
time?
I'm sure that's camel.
It sounds like a human making that noise. Like,
If you don't get this in 45 seconds.
I don't know what it is. I don't think I know what it is, Woods. Do you think you know what it is?
Rhinoceros.
No.
It's the high pitch. I'm trying to think of a high.
You've got 30 seconds, otherwise you're finding out tomorrow.
No, that's not fair.
No, we have to find out today.
Not what we
We
agreed
have
30
upon.
seconds.
Today. Pig. No, I said pig. Cow.
No.
Bull.
What
no,
do I?
what's that?
We're finding out today, right?
We have to.
Definitely find out. We've got
Yeah.
more
Yeah, we've
sex
got there heaps of
noises
them.
to
There
play
heaps of them.
tomorrow.
What is it?
No,
Is it-
hang on.
It's not a turtle. It's not a turtle. It's not a
Definitely
tortoise.
not a turtle.
It's
Should we
guttural.
give them a hint of
Yes.
whereabouts?
They're in a tree.
It's a monkey.
No.
Chimpanzee.
No.
It's
Orangutan.
a koala. It's a koala.
Oh!
It's a koala!
Go again. Go again now. Go again. Really? That was great.
I've heard the male before.
Brilliant.
I've heard the men before.
Brilliant. And that's why they've got chlamydia, because they love it.
Why don't?
That's a common thing.
Why don't? No, but there's not any relation between chlamydia and
All right. Getting around.
Hey,
Getting around.
new one tomorrow. We'll hear it tomorrow. Yeah, we'll hear it tomorrow.
okay.
We'll be back.
Oh, I'd love to hear
I
another
think
one.
you
I
killed
just
the vibe
think-
with the clap chat. All right, we'll see you then.
Clap chat.